share with you some strategies, some skills around business, entrepreneurship, and marketplace leadership. We are live right now. This episode is being broadcast live on Facebook and live on YouTube. So if you're watching us and you're live on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any episodes that will come your way. If you're on Facebook, be sure to like, to comment, and to share the broadcast so that other people can also learn and be influenced and impacted by the stuff that we're going to be talking about even today. All right, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be good. It's going to, I believe, open your eyes to see new things. And listen, if you've just joined us, I want you to go right ahead and let us know in the comments where you are watching us from. All right, please kindly let me know where you're watching us from. All right, I see a family watching from all over the world. Just for a couple of minutes, let me know where you're watching us from. And we are going to get into what we have today. It's going to be amazing. Trust me. Trust me, somebody. It will really help you and it will change your life. Awesome. I'm just making sure I'm sharing this because listen, when we are able to share, that means we are able to get a whole lot more people to join and also be blessed by the stuff that we're talking about. All right, so today's subject is something that's on my heart. I want to share with you on the 10 signs to show that you need to quit your job. All right, so we're giving you 10 signs for you to know that it's time up, that you need to quit your job, you need to quit the 9 to 5, and you need to move on. See, this is something that people ask me every now and then. I need to move on. What do you think? Is this a good time? Should I move? This is happening on my job. What is the season that I'm in and what is it that I need to do? And that's what I want to share with you today. So share the broadcast. Once you've shared, type in the comments and say I've shared, and then we're going to go into this. Understand this, the stuff that you get here on this Kingdom Entrepreneurs program is stuff that can help you to grow in your knowledge, to do with business, to do with marketplace leadership. Also, we talk of ministry as well every now and then. I believe God has given me the ability, the grace, and the oil, the anointing to speak directly into the lives of entrepreneurs and people that really want to move from the place that you are and move into your divine purpose. All right. So I see people are saying, I'm sharing. Blessings, everybody. Blessings to everybody that is sharing even right now. All right, so watch this. 10 signs you know you need to quit your job. Listen, we're going to dive into this so we don't take your time. I will share a couple of my stories as well, my transition from being in the 9 to 5 to a place where I was able to fulfill my purpose and do everything that God has called me to be. And I believe you are next. If you're still stuck and thinking, how can I move? How can I transition? How can I start? How can I get into that place that God has always wanted me to be? I want you to listen very carefully because in this episode, I'm going to tell you so you begin to identify the signs. All right. Then in the next episode, I'm going to tell you what to do. All right. Next week, every Thursday, we are live right here on the Blessing Zone. Kingdom Entrepreneurs every Thursday night, sharing these secrets and this wisdom, which I believe will change your life. You may ask me, who am I and why do I have the what qualifications do I have to come and share with you? I could sit down and I'll do that sometime, share. Reese is saying, I've just started a job. All right, Reese, I want you to hang on. I want you to hang on. I don't want you to leave your job just yet, but we just want to have a discussion. We want to talk about that job that you've just started and what your expectations are going to be. I found that quite funny, but amazing stuff. So I, of course, most of my time as a business owner, I have a couple of businesses. One that is based in the healthcare industry, but also have a whole business around consulting, coaching, services, training and teaching and things of that nature. I am the chief tutor at the Blessing Academy, which is a learning institution for people that want to move into the things of God and things of that nature. So I am a teacher. I love to teach. I like to help others. I like to be able to share my advice, my knowledge to help you make a difference. Besides that, of course, we have a ministry and a whole lot of other things. I'm a dad of two. So I believe I've got something that I can share. I also have a life story that I want to share with you, which I believe will change your life. All right. So watch this. We're going to jump into this very, very quickly. See, you need to understand something that everything that you want, everything that you need in this life is on the inside of you. Let me say that again. Everything that you want to be, every place that you want to go, whatever you feel is your destiny is literally on the inside of you. The problem is that many times we look externally. We look outside, and when we begin to look outside, we look for answers outside, really, when we are supposed to be looking on the inside. That's what I want to help you to do. So, as we go, I want you to type the reasons down. And if this is you, I want you to say, I really identify with what you're talking about. I'll give you a little quiz at the end. There's 12 questions I want to ask you. And I want you to if you have a pen or paper ready, so we can do it together as an exercise. So this is not just like me talking. I want you engaged, and I want you to really be locked in this thing that we're doing. Now, of course, if you want to work with me, if you want to have a one-to-one and you really want us to go deep on your case to help start a business, start whatever thing that God has called you to do, this is why I am here, and I'm here to help you move into that place. So number one, we've given you 10 reasons or 10 signs. You start to see these signs everywhere that you need to quit your job. The very first reason is you hate your job. Simple, just as simple as that. Number one, you find that you hate your job. You find that you don't enjoy going to work anymore. When I'm talking about your job, I'm talking about your 9 to 5. Maybe it's a 9 to 5, or you work at night or work during the day. Your standard paid employment where you get paid per hour. You all of a sudden begin to find and feel that, hey, my goodness, this job is stressing me out. All right, that is a sign right there that you are not supposed to be in an environment that stresses you out, in an environment that causes you to feel awkward, or you feel unwelcome, or you feel like, my goodness, I'm not supposed to be in this place. See, God has created you for better. God has created you for more. See, and if you keep pushing yourself and staying in a place that God does not want you to be, that's a sure and a slow death. Let me say that again. If you stay in a place that you hate, that you don't like, that the Spirit of God within you doesn't like you to be, that is a sure death. You're digging your own slow death. Death of your destiny, death of your purpose, death of your impact. Of course, let's not even talk about this. Death of your income. So begin to think about this. If you go to work, start to make a note of those things that you actually hate about your job. What are those things that you hate? See, right now I can look back many years. I remember when I was in my student days. As I was in my student days, I used to work in, I used to do pizza delivery going many years back. And I remember a number of reasons why I didn't like that job, but I had to, because the good thing with the pizza delivery job was that I was able to work out of hours. So of course I would have I'll go to university during the day, do my studies, and then at night I'm out there delivering pizzas for a Domino's Pizza. And so of course it was convenient in that I could work out of hours, but I hated it. Why did I hate it? Because every time, one day I'll bring the picture and I'll show you the picture. Every time I'm slapping that pizza, every time I'm making those pizzas, every time I'm delivering those pizzas, I'm thinking, my goodness, this is not me. I don't know if I'm speaking to anybody at all. All right, so watch this. I'm not the kind of person who's pushing you to leave your job, do this. No, everything, pray about it, be considerate, don't be emotional, make informed decisions before you do things. But understand this, that there are also seasons in everybody's life. See, there are seasons where you have to do delivery jobs. There are seasons where you have to do something, and once that season passes, then you are promoted to do another thing. So understand this. These are seasons, but also here's the trap. Many times people fail to recognize the season to transition. All right. Is that making sense to somebody? Don't miss your season to transition. What am I talking about? Your season to move from the place that you are to your next level. See, the more you stay stuck, the more you stagnate, the more you won't grow. So, what am I saying? Is the fact that I don't like my job enough? Absolutely. But begin to list the things that you don't like. Oh, I don't like the fact that I work till late. I don't like the fact that I'm not appreciated in my job. All of those things. It's not the will of God that you are in a place that you're undervalued, underappreciated, underpaid. Let me say that again. It's not the will of God that you are in a place that you're undervalued, underpaid, underappreciated, because God has given you the blessing. And what does the blessing do? The blessing is there to cause you to prosper, to flourish, to multiply, and to grow. All right. Is that making sense to somebody so far? I hope it is. See, this is Kingdom Entrepreneurs, where we raise kingdom millionaires, kingdom people that are saying, listen, we want to begin to move into the place that God has called us to be. And I am your timely mentor in this season. All right. So that's number one. Number two, you are always broke. I'm just going to wait a little bit, and I'm going to let that sizzle a little bit in your spirit. I'm going to let that sizzle a little bit in your mind. I'm giving you 10 signs. You know, now I need to quit. Now I need to move. Now I need something different. Number one, you hate your job. Number two, you are always broke. What are you talking about, Joe Benjamin? What I'm talking about is you are paid timely. Maybe you're paid on the 1st of every month. Maybe you're paid on the 14th of every month. Maybe you're paid once a month, twice a month, whatever, fortnightly. But every time you are paid, you have more month than money at the end of the month. All right. Am I speaking to somebody right there? you find that every month there's less money in your bank and more month. That means something is not where it's supposed to be. All right, I want to thank everybody that's sharing. Thank you so much for sharing this broadcast. I believe it's going to touch many, and it is my desire and my burden to see God using people like you begin to move into the fullness of your destiny. You are created for more. Begin to understand that. See, if you have money worries and you're on a job, see that? You have money worries and you are on a job. That means that there is a discrepancy somewhere. See, I thought your job was meant to give you money, but understand this, the job system, and there's a book that I read many years ago, and if you've not read it, very good book to read. See, on this Kingdom Entrepreneurs, I'm sharing with you kingdom practical strategies for business and for growth. All right. So I won't be always saying, let us open to the book of Ecclesiastes. I'll do that every now and then, but I want to be more practical than anything. That is the point, okay? There are days that I do preaching. I'll take the Bible and do this, but everything that I'm sharing with you is from the Bible, but we really want to be practical and give you stuff that you can take home and begin to move with it, okay? So, a book that I read, you have to read if you ever are going to lead, if you ever you're going to do anything. Readers are leaders. See, I endeavor to read, at least a book, but usually 2 or 3, but at least a book every week. Why is that? Because I have to teach. Why is that? Because I want to know. I want to know more. I want to know how to do things. And the place that you are in life is a product of what it is that you know, and of course how you can apply the information that it is that you have. All right, Carrie says, can you pray over my calling? Of course, we'll do that for you. But what's your calling? Do you want to just share with me in the comments? Let me know what your calling is, so that we can maybe have a little discussion around that and see what it is you actually need help for and with. So you have money worries. So there's a book that I read. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Amazing book by Robert Kiyosaki. Find that book, read it. If you've never read it, it will motivate you to begin to understand the systems of money and corporations and businesses. Understand this: the purpose of a job is not to get rich and get wealthy. No, that's not the purpose of a job. The purpose of a job is just to keep you long enough in the job, all right, so that you get drips and drabs of pay while you make profit for your employer. Am I speaking to somebody right now? See that? Jobs literally give you dribs and drabs of little pennies, and these pennies are literally there just to keep you with enough to pay your bills, and that's it. If you notice, if you are on a 9-to-5 job, a standard 9-to-5 job, I'm not talking, of course, there are jobs like, CEO positions and big positions. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking of smaller jobs. All right. So you see, as you begin to move in that place of just the average job, it's there to keep you working long enough to pay your bills, long enough, but not for you to excel, to do more. See, and I've heard this thing. Haven't you heard this thing? Where people say, oh, you know what? I want a job because a job gives me security. Listen, job, there's nothing, especially after COVID, nothing called job security. No more. You can lose your job like that. See, I've lost count of the number of people that lost their jobs out of no fault of their own, just because of changes in the world. And this shift is going to continue. The shift of jobs being lost and things like that, it's just going to continue. Not because of pandemics only, but because of the AI and how people are managing to use computers, all the jobs that will be done by people, computers are taking over, see? So there's nothing like job security anymore. See, the only, I believe that these things that we call jobs, the 9 to 5, gives you a false sense of security. Oh, I've got a pension. Oh, I've got health insurance. See, you won't actually need health insurance if you've got a business and you make enough money to pay for your own health and stuff like that. See, so it's a kind of false sense of security. And I know this message may not be for everybody, but the person that I'm speaking to, you know yourself, and you will relate to what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move very, very quickly. Number 3, and also, you see, this thing with job security, you could just lose your job. Something could just happen, boom, job is gone, see? So I'm trying to teach you as kingdom entrepreneurs to move ahead of the world systems. And we do something that is not within the confines of the systems of the world. All right, number 3, you find yourself that you're not growing. I'm giving you reasons. We said 10 signs to show that you need to quit your job. You find that you're not growing. You are not stretching. Your mind isn't getting stretched. All right, Carrie says, you had a dream of God using to encourage women. Okay, that is amazing. So here's the question. What is holding you back? What is your biggest holdback at the moment, Carrie? Where you are right now, you have the vision, you have the dream, but what's the holdback? Let me know in the comments. All right. Watch this. You find that you are not growing. Yes, you've got your 9 to 5. It could even be that you are just too comfortable. You know, sometimes a job just makes you so comfortable. You wake up in the morning. You don't have to think. You wake up at 5 minutes to work time. Boom, you're in your car. 5 minutes, you're at work. There's no creativity. There's no thought process. There is no development, human development. And you know, if you don't develop the human mind, it goes down. If you don't exercise it, it goes down. See, same thing with your body. If you don't exercise your body, you go down. You understand that? So you want to get to a place where you are constantly growing and challenged. If you feel that way when you're in your job, that you know everything I need to do, I know everything I need to do is I just click my password to log in, I reply my emails, boom, I go home. Well, if that's the life that you love to live, no problem. I'm not speaking to you. But if you're one of those that says, listen, I want to grow. I want to learn something new. I want to be able to make more impact. I want to be able to help others. Then I'm speaking to you right now. See that? Understand this, that a salary is a ceiling. You never wake up one day unless you get a fake promotion. You know, when they promote you and they give you a salary rise, they say, oh, now your money was, $10 an hour. Now you're now $12 an hour. That's fake. It's not genuine, all right? Because you are, as an employee, you are underpaid anyway. See, the real cheese is made by your boss, by the business owner. You understand? You are just kept. See, imagine how hard you work. The system of business and companies has put it in place that you are paid per hour. Understand that? You are paid per hour. What does it mean to be paid per hour? It means that your hour is worth $10 every hour. That's it. And that's the ceiling. No matter how hard you work, you might do 15 contracts that you read and go through. You do 5. If it's in an hour, you never go past that. So the purpose is to allow you to make more money for your boss while you stay pegged on that place. But imagine this. If you were the business owner, you'll be charging these people per contract. If every contract that you're working on, you're charging them to do that per contract, which means you exponentially increase your earning power. So think about this. As a business owner, there's literally no ceiling to your businesses, your business, your services, your products of scaling. There's no ceiling as long as you do everything that you need to do. The sky's the limit. But with a 9 to 5, you literally have to just be paid for the hour. All right? So if you're one who says, I don't want to be comfortable, I want to be stretched, I want to move to another place where I can do something else, I want to grow, I want to impact, I want to influence others, then that's a good sign that you're supposed to be leaving your job or thinking about that. And we'll talk about what you need to do around that area as well. See, I said this before, your job is made to overwork you and to underpay you. That's the structure. And then, of course, they'll entice you with a little health insurance, a pension, and stuff like that. You understand that? And a job, what a job does, it takes all the power from you. You see, you cannot make big decisions. Every decision that you make has to go through your boss or go through somebody and stuff like that. See, but when you begin to move in business ownership, you can make the big decisions. You can make the decisions that can turn the needle. And I believe God has given us, you understand, according to Genesis 1:28, multiply, replenish the earth, have dominion. Dominion means you are able to take control of your domain. We are created to have dominion. That's a real big one. If you're a child of God, you are a kingdom entrepreneur, a kingdom person, you are called to take dominion. What is dominion? Dominion is control over your domain, control over your world. See, here's the thing as well. Your job is geared not to praise you for your excellence in the stuff that you do. You're praised by the pay that you get. See, if you're earning £5 an hour, that's your thank you. But imagine this, like Carrie wanting to touch ladies around the world. How much money can you put to that per hour? How much value in monetary terms can you place on that per hour? It's absolutely unlimited. See, you cannot put a cap on the value and the monetary value that you give to people. See that? So, we are moving. Here's another thing. And I'm still on this point. You are not growing. See? Do you know that your job, your 9 to 5 job, has the ability to slowly drain you and kill your entrepreneurial ambitions? Some people just end up just settling. They end up just settling like, you know what? That's me. I'm done. This is what I want to do. But there's one thing, the worst thing that can ever happen to you is a thing called regret. Oh, that's the worst thing ever. I remember when I used to be in the dental sector, and I used to go to visit patients in care homes and to take care of their teeth and things of that nature. And when I would go there, I would have conversations with elderly people in those institutions. And when I remember, and this didn't happen once, it happened more than once. I remember a man and began to say, oh wow, you, and he was like, I think 70 or 70 plus, he was still intact, he had no dementia, because most of them, they have dementia because they're in care homes and stuff like that and didn't help. He didn't need no help. He knew exactly what he was talking about, right? Yes, Easton, regret is so real. You know, there's people that are in their 50s regretting, people in their 60s regretting even right now. So regret is something that you can fix now, not next year or 5 years from now. It's something that you can begin to fix even right now. This man looked at me and says, oh, I envy you. You're doing good. You come to take care of us and you come to take care of our teeth. I wish I'd done something like you are doing in your life. But he didn't know that I actually wanted to leave, the dentistry. But even for him, me helping him sort his teeth out was like literally, you are doing great. You're impacting the world. He says, I wish I'd have done something significant in life. So if you are one of these people that I'm talking to, that you feel there's something more that you want to do, then you really need to think of moving and doing something else. All right, number 4. I've got 2 more. I think we'll do this as part 1. Part 2, we'll do it next week. All right, because I'm finding I've got 10 things. We'll do 5 today and 5 next week. So here's one thing. If you, I want you to look at this. If you look at yourself, right, in where you are, all right, and you can't see yourself doing the job that you're doing right now in the next few years, it's time for you to quit. All right? Or at the very least, time for you to think about quitting. See? Let me say this again. If you can't envision, if you can't see yourself in the place that you are right now in the next, say, 5 years, then you are in the wrong place. So really, we need to start having that conversation. Should I really be here? What should I be doing? How do I need to move? And things like that. You understand? So I think it's very important that these are things that you need to begin to look at even now before you get to that place. Because 5 years from now, we'll be having the same conversation. Yeah. Oh, I should have done this. But the preparations, see, moving from your job to your destiny isn't an overnight thing. It's a transition that you need to do. I know for others it happens like that, but for some you have to, kind of transition into it. But these are things that you really need to start thinking about right now. What is my life going to be? What's the kind of life that I want to live? You want to think about that. What is the life that I really want to live? Okay. See? I'm here to help you practically. That's what I'm here to do. I see Naomi says, I do not have a job, but I agree with the points. The whole back for me is what product to sell that will attract other clients. Okay. All right. So there's a video that I've done on that. There's a video that I've done on that, Naomi, that I want you to go and check out on YouTube. See, on YouTube, we have a whole lot of teaching around kingdom entrepreneurship and things like that. But the title of the video is, right, let me just, let me see if I can just give that to you right now, so that you know what, there's a whole lot of resources that we have. All right. What I'm going to get you is, I think it was called What Business. It's called What Business Can I Start? Okay. Go to YouTube, do a search. All right. And find Kingdom Entrepreneurs Joe Benjamin. Search for What Business Can I Start? Okay. That's a good place to start. In that video, I teach about how to know what to do and what it is that you need to do. Okay, so if I start going into it now, it will be a lot, but thank you for that question that you're asking right there. All right. Okay. Then the last thing. Here's the last point I want to share with you. You know it's time to quit. Today we're giving you 5 signs. Part 1, part 2 next week on Thursday. When you have a bad boss, bad colleagues, all right, bad culture in your work, maybe might be a toxic culture, maybe people don't appreciate you, people don't like you, you are just like a number, you're just like a digit in the work. Okay, so you know it's time to think about quitting because you have a bad boss. Listen, God didn't create you to be ruled and subdued by another human being. Dominion didn't talk about man controlling man. No, dominion talked about you taking control of your domain. That's it. You taking control, not somebody taking control of you. So if you've got a manipulative boss, a boss that hates you, this is a sign. You have to change, or you have to leave your job. And again, I've got a mind of, Lord, what is it can I start? What can I do? And a lot could be said, but already these are signs that are pushing you out into your destiny. You know, many times God will cause things to happen to you that will push you to the place that you are supposed to go. I know at least 3 people that started businesses in the pandemic. They lost their job and they had no option. They started something. So God sometimes will push you to the edge so that you can begin to swim in the deep end. You understand that? All right, good. So Carrie says, how do I begin speaking to women in ministry? I have a place to speak is what holds me back. I lead small groups in my church, but I want to speak in churches and conferences over the whole world. Carrie, whereabouts are you? I'd love to speak to you because so I can share with you a number of ideas and things like that. It'll be good to speak with you because this is what I do. This is what I do. Every day I help people to start ministries. Listen, in a nutshell, you don't need to be given a place to speak. Okay, you don't need to wait to be given a platform. The platform comes from God. And what's the platform? The platform is your voice. The platform is your gift. That is the only platform that you need. But I don't want to get into that, okay? Because it will take me a bit of a while. All right. Evelyn says, I need money to start my business. What business is it? Please let me know what business you want to start, okay? So that I can hear what the business is. So, Carrie, if you reach out, send an email to us or something, get in touch so that I can just have a conversation with you and see where you are and things like that. I do this all the time. I do professional counseling, business coaching, creative consultancy for people that, like Carrie, you've heard the voice of God, what you want to do, but you don't know what to do next, how to do it, what to do. I've helped many people get started on their dreams and their visions, things like that. And I'd like to hear from you. If you are at a place where you'd like to talk to me, I believe you can go to our website, joebenjamin.org. There's a link actually pinned right here on the comments on Facebook that you can click, and we can talk and, of course, see how best we can help you. But listen, it's been nice to talk to you. I'm going to have to stop here. This is part 1, remember. We'll be back next week on Thursday, same time, with part 2. We'll be talking about the 10 signs you need to check out for to know that it's time for you to quit your job. Then after that, I'm going to tell you how, and I'm going to give you a plan and a strategy on what you need to do. And listen, the difference between where you are right now and where God wants you to be is the lack of a divine plan. Did you hear what I just said? The problem between where God wants you to be and where you are right now is the absence of a divine plan and a divine strategy. You understand? So for you to move from this place that you are to place you, there has to be a plan. There has to be a strategy. That's why God has raised people like myself. God has called me to be a prophet to entrepreneurs, a prophet to creatives, prophet to visionaries, prophet to leaders. That's a unique calling that God has given me for leadership, for training leaders, people that want to excel, you want to move into that next level. I am your coach. I am your mentor in this season, and it is my will and desire to see you excelling and doing very well in the thing that God has called you to be. Share the broadcast. Tell somebody about this. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please make sure you do so, and I'll be back again on Thursday next week, every Thursday, 9 o'clock GMT. We're live giving you kingdom principles right here on this amazing program that we call Kingdom entrepreneurs. Anything that I can help you with, any questions you want us to deal with, make sure you send them to us so that we are able to help you. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful